Trump, along with a bunch of other patriots, because we believe that what happened to Trump last night is a turning point for our country. It's not acceptable. We protest peacefully all the time, but we've had enough. We had enough. That's why you'll be hearing some shouting. We're going to be stronger, and we're going to fight. We're backing Trump up 100%. It's unacceptable. Our country is being destroyed. And at this point, we're mad. We're really mad. And it has to stop. It has to come. All this political division, it's unacceptable. People have the right to have their own opinions. It's gotten too far. And I don't think the left and the Democrats are really understanding the severity of what took place yesterday. We're very upset. We're very angry, and we want our answers. And this cannot be brushed under the table. And so we're going to fight.
When you say it's a turning point, what do you think that means?
Turning point means we've reached a very dangerous point in our history right now. I mean, there was an assassination attempt on Trump's life. I'm sure there was more assassination attempts that we don't even know about. However, now, this is something that we all caught and saw live. And that bullet came maybe an inch or two away from his head. And not only that, most importantly, we also lost somebody that was attending the rally, an innocent bystander that was showing his love for support. And that could have been any one of us who attend these rallies. We have a lot of questions. We want to know what exactly happened, because you can't even go to a Trump rally with a water bottle. So what exactly took place, and why did it take so long for the Secret Service to take down the shooter? Because it did. It took about 3 or 4 minutes, but there were interviews all over the social media stating that there was somebody up on the roof, and it looked to me, and I could be wrong, that they blew it off for a little bit. So we're going to get our answers, and we're very upset about this. It's unacceptable.
What are the main reasons why you're supporting Trump?
Well, when he was president, our borders were secure. There were no wars. His policies were great. And under this presidency, I do not feel secure at all. I'm afraid to walk the streets of Manhattan unless I have other people that feel the same as me. I mean, migrant crime is on the rise. Well, I don't have a problem, having immigrants come into this country, but they have to do it legally, the right way. All of our resources are going to the migrants and to fight foreign wars. What about the resources that belong to securing our border, and also to help the veterans out here and the homeless people? We're tripping over them. It's not fair. I actually talk to homeless people sometimes, and they're very upset because they can't get the resources that they need. Enough is enough. I mean, I think we're way past that point now. We have, I don't know how many millions of people that have crossed the border illegally. It's too late now. It's too late. We just want to restore America and the values that were instituted by the Constitution. And that's all we want. We're not trying to harm anyone. And we don't like Biden because he supports very progressive, radical views. I don't even think he's in charge. So I'm not going to answer you. I'm not talking to you. So anyway, but that's a classic example of that we're done speaking, because you cannot converse with people like that. They mock you, they put you down, and I will not address anybody. We've reached that point where we're not talking to the other side anymore at all until something is done. But unfortunately, the mainstream media will be sweeping all of this under the table. Because just the articles from CNN and MSNBC, a couple little pops were heard and he was injured. Like, they're downplaying what happened yesterday. There was an assassination attempt on Trump's life. And it's a serious, serious thing. Because if that had happened to Biden, forget about it. I mean, it's not fair. Our justice system is politicized. We want to restore what's right, what's morally right. And we're not trying to harm anyone. We just want to restore America to the way it should be and the way it was. And this political division is out of control. We've lost friends, people don't even talk to each other anymore. But try to have a discussion with someone who's on the other side. You cannot have those discussions. All they say, Trump's racist, Trump's this. I mean, they voted probably for Biden because of their hatred for Trump, which is ridiculous. He's done a lot for America. He has done so much for America. And besides the fact that when he was president, how could he have even had a chance to do half the things he's done because he's been persecuted? The Russia collusion, I mean, everything. Look what they're doing to him. 34 felonies or counts or convictions. I mean, they're trying to destroy a man who right now could be spending time with his family. I mean, he's 79 or 78 years old. He's got money. He's been president of the United States. He can enter any social circles and just be accepted. He's here because he wants to save America. And people could say, oh, you know, well, he's a narcissist and he only cares about his ego. That's not true. Not at almost 80 years old. He's accomplished a lot. And so that's why we're here supporting Trump, because he's trying to help us. And one man cannot do it all. One man cannot do it all. But we support him, and that's it. And this is coming from a former Democrat, because I used to be a Democrat.
When did you change your mind?
Like in 2019. I started to see things. I started to research. I started to look at old interviews of Trump, and I saw that he always had a consistent message. And so, you know, I appreciate it. You know, Trump is not a politician. Maybe he has more experience now in politics more than ever, but, you know, he speaks from his heart. He's funny, and he's just a basic all-American guy. He's a private businessman that made a lot of money, and this is what he chose to do, and I back him up, and so does millions of other Americans.
As a good faith question, what do you mean when you say free Trump, as opposed to...
Well, this is a flag that my friend Dion created. So basically, this was during the time that he was going to court for the hush money trial. So that's why these flags were created. You see that? You know, they can't. This is why we are the way we are. But, so yeah, this flag was created during that time frame. So there's a million other flags that we had up with different messages, but we had to take them down because the NYPD said no flags. But you can be a Palestinian and you can wave all your flags. You can climb flagpoles. You can go to Columbia University and protest, but holding a flag here is the only thing you can do. You have to walk with it. You can't put it on barricades or anything. I mean, they're very strict. You can't even hold a megaphone without walking. One of our friends just almost got arrested for just holding a megaphone.
I believe there was somebody who was appeared to be taken into custody there. Do you know what happened there?
Oh, because there was this woman that was throwing herself on the ground. Apparently she does it for views on YouTube, but she was just being disruptive and disgusting and just throwing herself on the floor half naked. And I don't know, I wasn't exactly there to see what happened exactly, but from what I understand, her microphone broke, and then 5 or 6 cops surrounded him and just arrested him. I mean, I'm just saying our resources need to be used better. You know, we have a lot of crime in New York City. Young children are dying and being raped by migrants. I mean, this is not acceptable. So this is why we're here. We're backing Trump and we're supporting Trump, and that's why we're standing in front of the Trump Tower. I mean, Trump might be in Bedminster, he might be in Wisconsin, he might be in Milwaukee, wherever he is, we're gonna, us New Yorkers and people from the tri-state area, we're gonna stand behind him, wherever we may be.
So while we've been standing here, there have been some people who have walked by and said things opposing Trump. You've been out here for a while. What has the response been of passersby?
We haven't, to be honest, there haven't been that many people who have counter-protested today. Maybe they feel that a lot of the Trump supporters or patriots are angry, and we are. We're upset and angry, so maybe they're staying away. But, I mean, you're going to listen, it's the freedom of speech. They're allowed to, you know, say whatever they want to say. I mean, you know, they feel how they feel. They want to vote for Biden. They don't like Trump, no problem. But we've always been like this. We should be able to discuss these things, but you cannot have conversation with these people. And basically, me personally, I'm done talking to them. I'm done because I'm a peaceful person, and if I can't have a conversation, then my experience has led me to believe that those conversations are now over. And so they think January 6th was an insurrection. It really wasn't. It was people expressing themselves. You know, how they felt that the election was stolen. That's a real feeling, you know? And people went there with passion. They didn't go there to tear things down. I mean, the tapes, they created a committee for the January 6th committee, and they spliced up, they edited tape. I mean, the real tapes came out. I mean, I can go on and on about January 6th. I wasn't there, but I would have been there. And if I would have gone, I probably would have been Ashley Babbitt, because I felt strongly about how the election was stolen. So if somebody would have opened up the doors to the Capitol, I probably would have went in there with my flag too and just expressed myself. And maybe it would have been me that was shot. I'm just saying, like, let's talk about real violence and what's happening in the streets here in America. And we have to do something about it. And we all, as a country, have to come together and realize what's important. And that's, let's get America back to a peaceful, loving place. It's not going to be perfect, but we have the right to disagree. And we can't get violent about it, but the media has a very big responsibility to all that has happened here in this country. And I didn't know about it, because when I used to be a Democrat and I used to hear Trump talk about fake news, I used to be like, oh my God, what's he talking about? I used to be like, he's being disrespectful. What does he mean? I didn't understand until I understood, until I started paying attention and realizing that the only way to find out the truth is to listen to the people that speak. So I would listen to both sides, the press, the people leading the press conferences. And I realized they're lying. And that's when I made up my mind and realized that he's right about that. And so the news distorts things. It's unfortunate. It continues to happen. So until the people kind of open up their minds a little bit and start thinking more critically, then, you know, we're still going to be in the same boat.
2024 for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Vote Donald Trump. That's the only right way. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good one. But yeah, so, you know, New York is a tough place. I live in New Jersey. It's worse, actually, the area that I live in, because you don't have any conservatives or Republicans or any Trump supporters for that matter. But this goes way beyond being a Republican and a Democrat. This is more like, you know, a side where you have to pick, you know, about it. This is about America, about the people, we the people. So we got to get it together, folks. We have to start thinking logically and start realizing that we're losing our country, and we really are. Our morals, everything is going out the door. There's no respect. I mean, look at the young generation today. Look at how they talk. Look at the they're doing drugs, they're vaping, they're smoking. I mean, I don't even know. As a parent of two teenagers, it's very upsetting to me. I see what's happening to them. I mean, I try to teach them the right way, but, you know, they have their own minds, and I'm not there every moment of the day to guide them, but I can just do the best I can. So in the meantime, we pray for Trump, we pray, and we thank God that nothing serious happened, although we cannot discount this and make it seem like something small, because it wasn't. And that's all I got to say.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.